weird fucking guys. You're doing a manly thing, and you're a fucking dork.
I've got my lightsaber wearing my Pokemon hat today. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Wow, you're a real Renaissance man, you know that?
Goddamn man-child.
What a fucking dork.
Yeah. But he's our dork.
This is not for children.
Welcome back to Renaissance Man-Child. You guys like that? I did a little...
Is that the name? Is that the name of the show?
That's the name of the show.
Man-Child,
Yeah.
That's the name
I
of
thought it was.
It used to be
Get
every
the fuck
third
out of my
Sunday.
bathroom.
Oh no! Get the fuck out of my bathroom is.
Oh, the name of the first episode.
No, we can't name the entire show. Get the fuck out of my bathroom.
I did think that was a little childish.
Maybe you could.
Well, hey, I'm Chris.
I'm John.
He's John, and today we have a guest.
What's up, guys? I'm embarrassed to say my name. That's crazy.
Dude, say whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. You could say his name's Frankie Four Fingers.
Let's go with that.
Frankie Four Fingers. That's one of my favorite characters from the movie Snatch. Frankie Four Fingers.
I don't think I ever
You know why they
watched it.
call Frankie fucking Four Fingers? Because he makes stupid bets with stupid fucking people, and when he doesn't fucking pay up, they give him the chop. And I'm not talking about his fucking foreskin, Doug. That's a direct quote from that movie.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm not on a mafia kick yet as far as movies.
It's not mafia, it's British gangster stuff, so it's even cooler. Because, dude, American gangster movies kind of went a little stale, and John's
I love them. I'm like
John is
connoisseur of 'em.
heartbroken that I'm saying this right now. But dude, Guy Ritchie took it to a new level with the fucking British gangsters. So Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels was one of my favorite movies. And then he did Snatch with Brad Pitt as the Pikey. Oh, dude. Dude.
I've never seen it, but I know what movie you're talking about now.
Oh, you've never
I'm
seen
what the fuck
it?
is this guy talking about? My girl said that movie's pretty good. I never got around to watching it.
It's definitely on my top list of favorite all-time films.
Maybe I'll go home and watch it today.
You should seriously watch it. It is it's funny, but it's also dramatic. There's some bad shit that happens in it, but it's the good guys win. So dude, it is a great fucking story.
Yeah.
I follow directors more than I follow the actors, and Guy Ritchie is definitely one of my favorite directors.
What actor? Not actors. What director? I'm super late to every show, every fucking movie.
What the fuck, dude? We invited you down here because we thought you knew stuff.
No, man, you wasted your time. No, who's the fucking guy? He makes the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh yeah, I don't know his fucking name, but Grand Budapest Hotel is fucking great.
Grand Budapest Hotel, and then the Clever Something Fox, Mr. Fantastic Fox.
I don't know his name, but do what we always do down here and Google that
it.
shit.
Google is free.
So, doesn't he work a lot with Bill Murray? Isn't
No,
Bill
I
Murray?
think you're thinking of the other guy, Wes Anderson.
No, that's Wes Anderson.
Oh, is Wes Anderson
Wes Anderson.
is Grand Budapest Hotel?
Yeah, because it's very stylish. He does
Yeah.
these 70s colors, themes, and a lot of patterns and stuff. It's interesting.
Somebody did an AI generated trailer for Star Wars as directed by Wes Anderson, and it was really fucking funny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll have to check that
Yeah,
out.
it's pretty funny.
John, pull that up.
Yeah.
Pull that up on the
we
big
need a guy to
screen.
pull that up.
You really need to invest in a small screen TV so you can.
Dude, there's so much shit. We need to switch over to a YouTube channel because we're beautiful people and people need to see our faces, right, John?
Yeah, man. I trimmed my beard and everything.
John
for the
is totally
podcast.
loathing every time I talk about trying to get more followers and more listeners. And I'm like, yeah, John, we gotta get some video content.
And
we gotta
I'm always
rearrange.
can't you just make a T-shirt?
John's like, no, I got a face for radio, man. I don't really want to do that.
Speaking of movies, though, I've been on a sci-fi kick lately.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm super late to every type of movie series or anything like that. But what did I watch? Arrival. Well, first it was, and I've already seen this movie before, so don't clown me for being late to it. Natalie Portman's in it. There's the shimmer.
I don't know.
I'm so embarrassed. Like, how do I not remember any of these
Natalie
fucking movies?
Portman?
Yeah,
Oh,
and I would-
Annihilation.
Oh.
Annihilation.
Oh, Annihilation. I remember that movie. That was
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, Annihilation.
When
and
they
then-
went inside, there was like this bubble or something like that. They went inside of it.
Yeah, and there's like an alligator that has shark teeth, and every flower that grows inside this place is like, let's just say it's just one stem, but there's
Yeah.
like 7 different flowers growing off of one stem. So like, I'm probably gonna explain this terribly, but like all the every species just like ever combining. It's really fucking wild. At the end, there's like this not at the very end, but middle to the end, there's like this bear that eats her friend.
Yeah.
And then they're looking for the friend and they find her dead, but the bear has like absorbed like her soul in a sense. That's the way the one character describes it, but really it's probably more scientific.
Yeah.
And they're like sitting in some precarious fashion and they hear her friend outside and they're like, well, I thought she was dead. But the bear like absorbed her voice, so when it went to go roar, it was like, "Help me! Oh God, help me!" And it like every time it like opens up its mouth, it's like a friend, and you're sitting there like, "Oh fuck, dude."
Well, that's not creepy at all.
No,
you know?
no.
I was just here talking to this fucking wizard in this little weird hole, and then like, you know, I forget, how does that movie go? Doesn't she go down inside like a cave or something like that? Or
Yeah, there's this one part of the end of that movie. So they make it to the lighthouse. And
Oh,
then
is that what it is?
And then there's this hole in the ground. So she discovers. I'm just gonna full blown like kind of spoil it.
Let's spoil it, dude. Let's spoil it.
She gets to the lighthouse and she sees this like dead, burnt carcass sitting up against the wall, and there's a video camera facing it. So she goes and watches it, and she realizes that the husband that like came home, her husband that came home from like war, is not necessarily her husband, but like a carbon copy of her husband. It's the alien copied because he burned himself with a thermite grenade. He literally exploded himself and committed suicide. And then the other version of him like pops out. So then she goes down into the hole, yada yada yada. Bunch of scientific bullshit happens.
Yeah.
And then basically the alien tries copying her, and she kills the alien herself. But it's like really.
But don't they leave it like unexplained? Like you don't really know if it
all
happened.
those movies are fucking unexplained.
I love it, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to go watch some like movie recapped YouTube guy like.
No,
begging
I
for
never do that.
subscriptions.
I want my imagination to go wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, John?
I've never seen it.
How about Arrival?
Nah.
I'm trying to think of
I'm,
Arrival. Is that the one with Jeremy Renner? And there's like
Yes.
this big old fucking half moon thing or something.
Yep. Yeah, and there's like an alien language, and she has to like learn it.
And it looks
the
like a circle that's like.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite one. They all were. I was surprised looking back at all three of them how equally good they were in their own way.
Yeah.
Like, and then the third one was Interstellar. We just.
Oh, I
watched
love
that.
Interstellar.
Yeah.
Dude,
Interstellar's so good.
Interstellar is great.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a-
that's like timeless.
You know what it is? It's the imaginative like storytelling of these Christopher Nolan movies, like in Interstellar, Inception.
Yeah.
Like there's so much imagination.
But it's also more than science fiction because, like,
Yeah.
when you watch Interstellar, there's like this arc for the character. that
Right.
He's trying to get back to his daughter, you know, and like, so like to me, it's
The
more.
foreshadowing with the fucking bookshelf, all
Yeah,
that shit.
dude,
So
yeah.
good.
Yeah, well written.
Yeah.
I love the sense of that movie halfway through when he realizes that he was never meant to get home.
Yeah,
Like the professor lied or whatever.
yeah,
First of all, Matt Damon, when he like tries attacking Matthew McConaughey, and he's like, "Yeah, we lied. We like not only on top of the whole lie that like you're never getting home, you were never meant to. We're always meant to create a colony for humans to continue. On top of that, I'm gonna what they refer to as like maroon you.
yeah.
I'm gonna fucking break open your space helmet so you can't breathe, so you breathe in this like unbreathable air. I faked all this data. I'm gonna get rid of your radio. I'm gonna leave you here for dead. I'm gonna take your ship and go take it to the other real planet that I couldn't get to because you just rescued me from like hypersleep."
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, you piece of shit, dude. Matt Damon's a piece of shit. Just for the record.
See, dude, isn't he perfect for this show? That's exactly what we want down here. Is we want people
Thank you.
to randomly point out somebody and say, you know what, Matt Damon,
You're a piece of shit.
you're a piece of shit.
You're a piece
You're
of shit
probably
for
from
that.
Swarthmore, you cunt. Oh,
It was odd.
shit.
Is like I used to not be able to stand like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, and then like as time went on, I was like, I
And then-
kind of love these guys.
And then
Like,
Ben Affleck became Batman, and you're
well, no,
like,
it's
I
not
love
even.
this
No,
guy.
I don't really care for that. I think what really made me love Ben Affleck was the movie Gone Baby Gone.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this fucking guy directed this.
Yeah.
This is great. Like, it's a great fucking movie. And then
It's a dark story.
it is a dark story and it's sad and whatever, but it's so fucking good, man. It's so well written and like directed and everything. And then the town was
Gone-
great.
Gone Baby Gone, is that the one where he cheats on the wife and the wife loses her mind? Or are you talking about the one with his
That's
little
Gone
brother?
Girl. That's Gone
Oh,
Girl.
Gone Girl.
Gone Baby Gone is his little brother is the private investigator.
Oh,
And the
yeah,
little
yeah,
girl
yeah.
gets abducted and he's trying to find the little girl and it turns out that, the police
So
fucking-
that recently happened in the last, 10 years.
Yeah.
Dude, I was listening to this guy, this dude that does this YouTube/podcast thing called Mr. Ballin. He's like a big deal right now. So his thing is he tells fucking stories, like real stories about like macabre shit that happens.
I think I know who you're talking about.
So the dude was, I was listening to his thing, and he's telling this fucking story about this girl that goes to school and meets this chick that's a little older than her, and she's like, "Oh my god, we're like the best friends." So then all of a sudden, the older girl, who's her best friend, like kind of starts like being real standoffish towards her, and then one day the little girl is at school. And two social workers walk into the fucking school, and they're just like, "Dude, you got to come with us. We're going to the principal's office." So they take the kid to the principal's office, and the little kid is like, "I don't know what the fuck's going on right now." And she's like, "I want to call my mommy." And they're like, "You can't call your mom. You can't call your mom." So the story turns out that they find out that the little girl was actually kidnapped as a baby.
Ugh.
And the parents are not her parents. And oddly enough, the older girl was actually her sister, because they took a picture together a week prior to that, and then the girl brought the picture home and showed her parents, and her parents like, "Well, dude, our fucking baby was kidnapped, and that looks like the kid. It looks like the baby." So they did a DNA test, and yes, that was her fucking sister and the baby.
Wow.
Wait, what is this a movie?
No, this is a
true
real
story.
fucking thing that happened. So there's this guy I follow, Mr. Ballin, that tells all these real life stories
Yeah.
of weird shit, and like, some of it's like people dying in weird ways or whatever, but like sometimes it's weird shit like that.
It's
where
like the Bizarre Files.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. I love it, dude. I fucking love like weird twisted stories, but that was one of them, and I was like, dude, they ended up being best friends. Like the two sisters found each other.
Yeah.
Spiritually connected or some weird shit. I don't know. I'm not like a religious fanatic, but I do think that there's like, it's weird that
It's
you
a strange
found
coincidence
each
or
other
something, right? Yeah.
and you were very connected instantly.
It's
you
like
know?
it's like when if you take like if you birth two dogs and then you don't have them see each other for 13 years and then they see each other and they smell each other's ass and they know. I think there's a certain sense to them that knows that they're connected in some type of way.
It's through the asshole.
It's through the asshole. Nah, dude. Like I think of shit like that, right? the duality of like man, not to sound like like that. All that kind of stuff's been all said before.
You're a dickhead.
No, because I think like when you think of like the beauty of the earth, right? You think of like cliche like mountains or like anything like that. Like if you believe the Big Bang Theory happened or like that God created us, right? You think of all of nature and you're like, wow, this place is like amazing and beautiful and everything works in its own way. And you think of the human body and how
Yeah,
like
the human
you
body
fucking
is, like,
swallow
really-
food and it gets digested in the stomach and then it goes to all these caverns and then you shit it out and like your eyes fucking work, your brain works.
It's such an intricate system
It's
that
such a-
you, yeah.
Yeah, it's such an intricate system, right?
Right.
And then it's like, wow, like humankind, like it's so beautiful. And then it's like, oh, like there's some like child pornography ring and all these people are getting like fucking hurt and like all these people get their fucking heads chopped off and you're like, oh wow, like the duality is like the balance of
Yeah.
like terrible grotesque nature versus like
this wonder that
this
is
wonder.
life.
Yeah.
But isn't that the ultimate? One can't occur without the other. I don't think you can have a perfect existence without pain. You know.
Yeah.
And the sad truth is like, I've come to this realization in my life that bad things are going to happen. There's bad fucking people out there. Maybe they're not even bad people. Maybe they're just in a bad fucking moment. You know. But it also requires, and it's funny because we talked about this on the last episode. So, bad experiences lead you to be something different as you're older, you know? And you and I, so we didn't get into it, is we asked you to be on the show. You and I did a podcast previously, you know, that was about addiction and that kind of fizzled out. But, like, you and I are familiar with experiencing ugly shit early on. And then it kind of develops you into something different as an older person. Because we were talking about, me and John were discussing on the previous episode that my kid fucked around and touched a sparkler with the tip of his finger and burnt the shit out of himself.
Nice.
This happened last night.
They'll never
So,
do
like,
that again.
as a...
That's the whole point, is that it's a learning...
So that's the thing, is like, is the world a nasty place? Yes, it is. But if my kids are prepared early enough on, they can navigate through the rough waters to find themselves in a better place at a later point in their life. I hope, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, man. It is fascinating. And I also think that it helps, like, for me personally, especially the aforementioned things that you said, like the pedophiles and all the crazy shit, you know, I think it helps me personally appreciate the finer things in life and watching my children play with sparklers, other than getting his finger burnt. But dude, my kid was like, it was like I experienced it all over again, watching him like twirl the thing around and like doing swirls and shit with the sparkler. Like, dude, watching a little tiny child, a little boy do that, I was just like this is the fucking beauty of life, you know? And it's the circle of life. Dude, I'm comfortable enough in my skin now to know that I'm 41. That's it. I'm on the backside of the hill, dude. I'm like, you know, we're ramping down now. I'm done.
Yeah.
But it's his turn. It's my son's turn to like grow and evolve and be something better. And maybe I can, if I have enough sense, guide him correctly, or, you know, not correctly, but guide him better than I did, you know? So, yes, the circle
Hopefully
of
not
life.
be attached to like generational curses, right? So it's
That's a big fear.
yeah.
It's a big fear. Dude,
Well,
my daughter is so obsessed with the fucking TV that it's like, it looks like an addict-like behavior, dude. She like has meltdowns when we tell her we're turning the TV off.
Yeah.
And she gets obsessed about sugar and candy and sweets, and it freaks me the fuck out. I'm like, dude, you only think about this. If I told you, Genevieve, you're 4 years old, and I want you to figure out how to cut this fucking grass, and after you're done, I'll give you a fucking piece of candy. Dude, she would just obsess about that shit. She would be like, you told me. Yeah, I cut a little bit of the grass. Was that enough? Did I cut enough of the grass? Like, and it's stupid.
I cut a quarter of the grass, so I get a quarter of the piece of the candy.
Dude, she would obsess about that shit, dude. She would, can I get it in payments? Can I get a little fraction? Can you cut off a corner of the Hershey Kiss? Like, I just want a little nibble, just a little nibble, you know? And you're like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you...
Well, different parenting styles I think are funny, because I watched this coach, and he was like talking to a bunch of these kids. You know, he's like coaching baseball, I think, and he has them all down on the one knee type beat. You know what I mean? He's like, you know, there's two different types of people in this world. There's winners and there's losers. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but before you left the house today, your dad said, it's okay to lose as long as you had fun. I'm sorry to tell you this, but your dad's a fucking loser. And I was like, you know, that's some people's mentality on it, is they want their kids to be hunters and go-getters and different types of things. And I think there's a balance to that.
Sure.
As well. Like, I don't think the dad was necessarily wrong. If hypothetically speaking, right? Theoretically speaking, if their dad did say that before they left the house, and then, you know, the coach says that in reply.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody's built for one, and not everybody's built for the other. I think a kid's gonna wake up that day, and if he has that mentality, he's gonna have it regardless if he's ever been taught that.
Sure.
Like the go-getter, like if you're not first, you're last.
Yeah.
I think what the lesson really should be is like how persistent are you?
Yeah.
How willing are you to fail and to keep trying? Like I think that's the key to being a winner is failing and still doing. You know, a lot of people just kind of like give up. So like the father's just saying all that matters is that you have a good time. Like no, that's not really all that matters. You're playing the game for a purpose.
Sure.
You know, it's okay to lose the game, but you know.
But you got to learn from
the
your
next
mistakes.
time, you got to learn
Why
from
did you
what
learn?
you got to.
Why did you
got to
lose?
figure out why you lost, and the next time you play the game, you got to expound on that and you know make changes and adapt to it so that you do win the game. You know, but you know. I mean, I kind of agree to a certain extent with the coach saying like if that's all your father said to you today, then yeah, he's a loser. He's accepting the idea of losing. You know,
I like the balls on the coach of just saying a bunch of fucking little ass kids. By the way, your daddy's a fucking loser.
Nah,
he's sitting
really
over there
say-
drinking beer out of a soda can. We fucking know that he's a loser. Look at your dad, Chucky. Your dad's a fucking loser.
you know what your dad's
You
looking
tell
on.
that fucking idiot that he's a fucking loser. That Coach Lou says he's a fucking idiot loser.
That guy over there told you to just have fun today. You know what he's doing? He's drinking beer out of a soda can, and you know what he's looking at on his phone? Fans only. I think it's hilarious. Chris calls OnlyFans fans only.
I don't know.
Well, he's
Whatever.
Yeah, he's like
I'm old.
It's
dude.
such an
I'm a
old dad
fucking-
thing to do.
I'm a dad. You know.
You know, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing that he calls it that because if he really was a participant,
Oh, yeah, then
in
he would
OnlyFans,
know.
then
He would know
the
this is
name.
OnlyFans,
Unless this is
buddy.
a high IQ play
Yeah.
to make us think that he's
Nah,
not like
I'm not that. I'm not that high.
He's
IQ,
that
dude.
cerebral about
This
it.
is the thing. This is the thing. I'm stupid and I'm cheap as fuck, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Every now and then I'm curious because I do know some people that do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I am legitimately like, dude, I kind of want to see how far is this person really going with this shit,
Yeah.
you know?
No, I just think like
But then
some of
when I
those-
see that it's $20, this is how fucking
Yeah.
cheap I am. This is, I swear to God.
$20 for the year, or for,
$20
like,
a month to see, and you can cancel it after the first month.
Hmm.
$20 is all I got to pay to see an unlimited access for 30 fucking days of this person and all the crazy shit they do. And this is how my brain goes. How much is in my account? Way more than $20, I'll tell you that. Not to be like,
Right.
not to be, you know, boasting or nothing. And then I'll go like this. Nah, fuck that. Let's go buy some car parts.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
And I swear to God, I can't do it, man.
I just think,
Pornhub
like,
is free.
Yeah,
I can jerk off in under 5 fucking minutes. I don't need 30 fucking hours worth
Right.
of you playing with yourself with a fucking vibrator. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't need it that
the audacity
bad,
of like you can click this button to tip. Why the fuck am I gonna tip you? You already did it. You know?
You gotta understand, right? I would hear about OnlyFans, right? And I'd be like, who would ever do that? And I had a friend that went and like bought, you know, I'm not gonna say his name, but he went and bought, and to a certain degree, just to clarify, I think it was kind of like a meme for him to do that, but I think to a certain degree he was like jerking off, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I really had to like, and this has been a real
You
big
think he
life-
was curious, or you think he was just like he was like, dude, I'm gonna rub one out?
maybe both. I
Yeah.
think both can exist in that.
Sure.
In that
Two
in that
things can be
space.
I mean,
True.
if you're
Yeah,
gonna
two things
spend
can
the
be true.
if you're gonna spend the money, you might as well rub one out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think like so there's a lot to be said about like sex work, right?
Sure.
As
Right.
it stands right now in this like digital era. But I had to like take a step back. One of the things that like I've learned, and I was talking about this with my therapist yesterday. One of the things I've gotten good at is like taking a step back out of judgment.
Yeah.
And like taking a look at things in a bigger perspective with the first and foremost, the first understanding is that I'm not that person. I don't have that person's experiences.
Sure.
Right. So I say all that to say I would judge OnlyFans and then I'd be like, you know, fuck, I kind of like lost my train of thought on that, but
Judging the guy that was curious and jerked off.
well, I don't know. Well, I will say this since I remember this. I do find it like really kind of like pathetically hilarious when someone is doing like very good in their career and then their career fails and then I find out that they have an OnlyFans, right? And I want to judge that as well. And usually it's like when it's a guy,
Yeah.
It's like an actor or a musician,
Sure.
or like a rapper or something, and they like went through like their phase, and they, you know, it didn't really pan out because they're not Jay-Z. They don't have that like long lasting musical career.
Sure.
And then they're just like, oh, I'm just like a young black dude with abs. I'm just gonna go do OnlyFans, and I'm like, that's kind of low, right? And then I think about it, and I'm like, with no judgment, right, humble myself to that. I'm like, I understand being a part of a lifestyle,
Yeah.
and then not wanting to let it go.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
do. People need to eat.
Yeah, yeah.
Regardless, you know what I mean. Fuck, I forget what I was gonna say, but like my realization about my lack of judgment towards like OnlyFans.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, he got.
What are you saying? Like when somebody's like the pinnacle of their career is over, and now they
No,
have to
he's
rely
saying
on something
he's
else?
saying somebody he knows actually paid for a membership and was jerking off to it, or maybe didn't jerk off, or whatever,
yeah.
and like.
Regardless, they bought it.
Yeah, they bought the membership so that they could see.
Oh, so like I would judge people that bought it, right? And I would sit here and think to myself, it is a what's the word? Like a taboo or like a like an attraction towards it.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about paying for it, and you get this personal experience with someone, this one-on-one experience. It's like this fantasy, it's like this thing. So some of us are like, oh well, why would I go do that when I could just jerk off, when I could just go grab porn for free, right?
Yeah.
And other people, it's their thing.
Yeah.
As much as we like that one section in the category, that is their...
No, I like all the sections.
But I'm saying, especially the gay one.
Especially that one.
No, but like that is their thing to pay for it, and I'll conclude that point with saying there's these dudes, or you know whatever they are, they're born male, right? And then they go and they create like a Twitch account, and on the Twitch account they don't do anything extensively sexual. They just dress like women, right? And
really?
you could fool me. You could fool me. The makeup, they
I know
shave
what
their
you
face,
mean.
like they wear certain clothes. If they change their voice, you could fool me, right? I hope that's not like ignorant to say. They're pretty, right? And then
that's a pretty motherfucker.
That's a pretty motherfucker.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, there's a lot of instances where you can't tell. You
Yeah?
know?
It can't
like
tell.
the aesthetics of it are so feminine that it's like, you know,
shit, I'd hit.
I have to see a dick for me to fucking know.
All right,
otherwise.
so let's play the game then. Like if you were at a bar and you met a person and they were blowing you, would you tell them to stop if you found out all of a sudden that there was a Captain Winky down there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah, definitely.
I don't know.
Dude, I've done
John's
this.
like, who the fuck
Dude,
did you
I've
bring
done
in
this
here?
to John like 5 times now, and I keep trying to like, you know, question him and get him. So
I mean, I
here's a good
wouldn't
one.
go home and
Hold on,
fucking
hold on,
like
hold
draw
on.
the shades closed and fucking, you know, live in shame for the rest of my life. But
So here's what happened on that Twitch account, right? I'll say this very quickly. Someone donated $1,000 and was like, and the person streaming was like, "Thank you, Daddy," right? And then someone donated $10,000 fucking dollars and said, "Don't ever call another person Daddy ever again." That person received $11,000 in 1 minute.
for saying a sentence or saying
Barely.
a word,
Barely.
that's crazy.
He wanted to prove like a point. Like it was like this. It was like a fuck you, first off, and then it was like it's their fetish. That's what I was looking for. It's their fetish to pay for. They know.
Yeah,
they're
but
not
then
getting
the
a
other
one-on-one
guy,
date with
the
this
other
person.
guy was so resentful that he called somebody else Daddy. Is that what I'm
Yes.
understanding?
Yes.
So the dude that gave 10 grand was like, "No, this is my fucking bitch." You know, is
But
that?
there's like 10,000 people watching.
I know.
So bizarre.
But
So
that's what
I
I'm
know-
saying, it's their fetish. So it's like, oh, why would you ever pay for that? That is their thing.
Yeah,
It's a-
there's,
you think
there's
it's a
like guys that
control
like
thing?
fucking jerk off in their car, like will call a woman over to their car while they're jerking off, and then get ridiculed for it, and that's the result. They don't want you to fucking be attracted. They want you to fucking ridicule them.
Really?
That's
This
what they get
really
off
happens?
on. This is what they get off on, dude.
Dude, I'm slightly sheltered, I guess, because like
I'm sheltered. Listen, I'm the most normal dude in the world when it comes to sex.
I'm blown
But-
away by the feet thing, man. And
Yeah,
the,
I don't fuck
dirty
around
underwear.
with feet. I don't fuck around with feet. Like, yeah, if you got cute feet, I'll tell you, you got pretty feet. I ain't fucking licking your fucking foot.
All right, so
I don't want to. I don't want to put my fucking dick anywhere near your feet.
I'm just saying.
Honest, I'll be at my girl's feet like.
Really?
Nah,
You lick
not me.
toes, man? You lick
Yeah.
toes? Hell
Yeah.
yeah, he licks toes.
I just think about like where your feet have been all fucking day long.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
putting it in my mouth.
I'm just saying. All right, so let's take it back 10 minutes ago though. Is like, John, I gotta be honest with you, dude. Back when I was single, if there was I couldn't tell, and I was getting a blowy, and then all of a
Wow.
sudden a dick fell out.
What?
Wait, it's a real story.
This
No,
really happened?
dude,
Oh,
no,
yeah, it
this
was.
didn't really happen.
Oh.
I'm saying if we put the timeline back then, and I was getting a blowy, I probably wouldn't come over here bragging to you, but I
But
gotta be
you'd feel
honest.
like, fuck it.
I'd fill up them fucking cheeks, you know. I
Yeah.
would paste the inside of her teeth, you know.
I think you said cheeks. Like you commit.
No, I wouldn't flip her. I would just tell her, hey, listen, I need you to hike your skirt back down and tuck that dick in there because, like, you're filling a fantasy right now, all right, dude? And, like,
Nah.
I thought you were a chick. I need you to continue to be a chick for about the next 10 more. All right, we're done now. All right, you can go.
Nah. I mean,
John is the
like I
most-
said,
I just like making uncomfortable shit.
it's not
to 'em.
really that uncomfortable. Like, it's not like I would like. It's not like midway through I'd like fucking flip out and be like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Would you punch him in the face?
No, not
right in
at all.
The forehead, just
Not at all.
I
I
can't
mean-
believe you did this to me.
I would be a little upset that they weren't upfront about it to begin with. I
How
would be-
upset? Would you slap him?
No, I don't think it would be like that. It wouldn't be that way. But like I said, I wouldn't like be so ashamed.
I
or,
definitely
like-
think that there's like and this is being for real.
I'm just
Like,
saying I wouldn't continue.
I think the problem you would pull your dick
I'm like, all right,
back out
no,
of their
come on,
mouth.
Get the fuck out of here. I mean, that would basically be it. I'd be like, come on, get it, come on.
Get the fuck
Yeah,
out.
that's all it would be. It wouldn't be you fucking asshole. I wouldn't fucking flip out. I would just be like, what the fuck are you doing?
And if I'm being absolutely true, I think the deception is the problem here.
Yeah, it's the
You know?
deception.
The deception is the issue. I think that's the issue with like when you really, and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of talking about the no gender and
Yeah,
trans
nah.
stuff. Dude, we've done that enough on this fucking show and pissed off enough people. But like, I think the important thing is like, I'm just saying, John, you've ever watched porn where a tranny fucks a chick? Dude, you never stroked
No.
the one out to that, dude?
No.
Billy, you know you've watched it, dude.
I won't
That was a
confirm
hot tranny
or-
with a big dick, dude.
I won't confirm nor deny that. All right. I won't.
I
Look,
just
look,
want to
look,
say
look, look.
weird
I have
shit,
theory.
dude.
I have
I'm a
theory.
comedian.
Hold on,
I
hold
want to
on.
say weird shit.
I have a theory about porn. That porn isn't like as much as porn is just like a fantasy, right? If someone jerks off to gay porn, doesn't mean they're gay, right? Because what happens in a person who's either like addicted to porn or someone who's gone down the rabbit hole of
They
jerking
need to
off or-
experience something else.
They need to experience
Yeah.
something else. Like,
Yeah.
and you get this. What you're really looking for.
Is a thrill. They're
You're-
looking for
yeah.
some taboo.
Yeah.
Taboo, but
Yeah.
it's a certain like yucky kind of feeling that feels like really good, where it's like I'm going past the barrier, I'm crossing the line.
But that's such a conscience that you have to have make such a conscious decision of that. Like
Yeah.
that's such a, like for me, it's very like bare bones. Like I want to rub one out. I'm gonna find some shit
Dude, this
that
guy
turns me
jerks
on.
off to 70s porn.
Yeah, I'm very
You know?
nostalgic.
Dude,
That's what
he's-
I like.
He's fucking. He wants to fuck grandmoms, dude. He's
Nah,
like,
it's not grandma.
Here's the thing though, like
they are grandmoms now.
Now they are,
I
but
met
they
this
weren't.
dude. I met this dude, and he wouldn't. Well, according to him, I kind of believe him. This is back when I was like taking shrooms and shit. I was in that group of friends, and this dude, I think his name is Zach, and he was like, "Oh man, I don't jerk off to regular porn. I only jerk off to lesbian porn." And I was like,
Fuck
"Are you
that.
so
Yeah.
afraid to be
Yeah.
a homosexual that I
You
mean,
can't even
and
look at a dick?
You can't even look at and look if he literally can't like get it up because he's looking at a dude fucking a chick, like that's just the way his fucking brain
Yeah.
works. But in my mind, I was like, "Are you that afraid to be gay
Yeah.
that you can't even like?"
You're so threatened.
Yeah, because I was on the total other side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I
watching-
gotta
I'm
relate
watching,
to
like,
what's
some
going on.
weird- I'm watching like weird shit. You know
Nah,
what I mean?
dude. Listen, I go off the deep end sometimes.
Not me.
Sometimes I'm like, dude, I want a fat midget. Like I want to
Yeah?
fucking like I don't know, something strange. You know, like it's a little like a little Filipino guy just hammering out this giant black girl.
Nah,
like,
I
I
like-
don't know.
I'll do the girl midget thing. I won't do the guy midget thing. That shit weird. That shit
I do,
weird.
like-
Yeah. I'm happy for him, but I won't.
Yeah.
I won't.
Mine's
I
all
feel unhappy
fucking-
for him.
nostalgic porn from like the 80s and 90s.
Dude, you're so fucking boring, man.
I don't give a fuck. That's what it is. I like
your
that.
Your search history is
man.
like
My search history is
Nina
like
Hartley.
Yeah, it's like mature women,
Jesus Christ,
nostalgic shit, and black women.
We do need a
That's
TV
it.
screen and black women.
That's all.
Wait, is that why you come over to my house, motherfucker?
That's the only reason I'm here.
Oh shit! Nah, man. Listen, curiosity has killed the cat. I've seen
I don't
some
get that
bad
curious.
things. I've seen some bad things, not because of sexual like arousal.
I feel like it'll ruin my day.
Dude, I've seen some shit that's ruined my day.
Yes,
Dude,
I don't want that.
I've seen women fuck animals. And I
Yeah,
was
see, that's
like,
crazy to me.
Dude, I was like, whoa.
I went through a phase. No, every time.
Did you touch yourself though? Because I did not touch myself. I'm going to tell you the honest truth.
I will
definitely
not confirm nor deny whether I touched myself.
That
40
horse's
times.
dick is amazing.
No, here's the thing. Me and my girl were talking about this the other day, right? And there's certain types of porn, like mom son type shit.
Yeah,
like,
that seems to be like a prevalent thing now.
Oh, dude, it is very.
I don't think it is at all because I don't think anybody is actually reading the title. We're looking at the girl in
I think the
fucking...
context of the video is something.
Really?
Yeah.
For real?
The title is everything.
No, I don't look at the title at all. In
title
fact,
is
I'm
everything.
annoyed that they keep pushing incest.
Yeah,
and it drives me nuts.
Well, the thing about that is me and my girl were talking about this, and there's a certain level of like shame. Like I don't think that I went to church one time, right? Plenty of times. But I went to this one particular time, and this pastor, as much as I like for some reason didn't like her, she always said something that like I really identify with, and she said the devil is the tempter and then the prosecutor, right? And I remember like being like, ugh, right? Because what that means is like I'm sitting there and it's like, go jerk off. Your girl isn't awake yet. Like, go jerk off. Like, don't have like don't go try to have like an intimate moment with her. Like, have this quick fantasy. You can have like whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right. It's easy. It's convenient. It's right there.
It's on Pornhub.
Infinite.
We can see anything.
It's on XNXX. It's on Pornhub. It's on YouPorn. It's on fucking whatever. Like, go, whatever your thing is. If you're from the 2000s, like fucking RedTube, but that website fell off. Go do this, right? And then it's like the temptation. Like literally, I've been in places where I've been in a place like in a space where my mouth was like literally watering, right? I'm like so like right. I'm just being honest. And then afterwards, it's like, you fucking piece of shit. like the tempter and the accuser. And I really don't get to do that without feeling like at least some type of like shame.
Yeah.
Some type of guilt. Like I definitely don't ever get away with it.
Yeah.
Like internally.
Sure.
No one else knows, but I know.
Right.
Type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's because we are our worst critics. And we do hold ourselves to a standard. So like when you're not towing the line of that standard or you deviate in some kind of way, you're not sticking to this mold that you've created for yourself. Oh, you piece of shit. I can't believe you jerked out to furries, like
I haven't gotten there
That's
yet.
so weird.
Dude, I've watched
confirm.
I've watched cosplay, whatever the fuck it's called. I've watched furries. I was like, dude, that's clearly a hot chick under there.
You know what I get a lot of
That could be
amusement out
Job.
of? And it's not
Glory
like
holes?
no, I fucking hate that shit.
Dude, it's so
I
stupid.
can't stand it.
It's so stupid. I'm like,
It's just like I don't know.
I know a guy that was like, he loved glory holes. Like he was like he's like, dude, it's so different because I can't even. And I'm like, even with his, with his significant other, he was like, yeah, man, it's like, it's almost like I'm with a stranger. And I'm like, but it's not. Like,
It's
dude.
stupid.
Wait, him and his girl have a glory hole?
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
dumb.
Huh.
Yeah.
Tell your friend I think it's dumb.
That's the equivalent of like being blindfolded, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah, I see. For me, like I have to have a visual. I have to see what's going on.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
It's more. It's sometimes it's more like in my brain than it is like the
Oh,
actual
yeah.
Oh, it
physical
absolutely
feeling.
is.
Yeah, I
You
want
know
to
what I
see.
mean?
I want to see.
Yeah, I need to have a visual of what's
It's
going
all
on.
up here. It's
Yeah, it's
less,
all. Yeah, it's
jerking
less.
off doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it's less the fucking. It's
I mean,
less
it
the.
does. It does. But
Yeah, but,
But you gotta be
not
watching
without
the
the
right
stimulus,
porn.
not without the fucking mental stimulus.
Not with
It's
these
nothing.
blue collar hands.
Yeah.
Not with these callous hands that don't feel
that's
good.
a man's hands right there.
Yeah.
Boy, you
What
got
was I
some
saying?
soft
I forgot what
hands.
it was. Shit.
I don't know.
Forgot where I
What
was
kind of
getting
porn
to.
you watch?
Oh no, yeah. What I get some amusement out of is parody porn.
Yeah.
I find that shit so fun.
I need an example.
Like if you're like a fan of a sitcom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then they do like a parody of the sitcom, but in like a porno fashion. I get a kick out of it, Like they'll do like I don't know
The
any
Family
sitcom.
Guy one is weird.
Yeah, I mean, that's because I think because that's animated, and I'm not really like associating them with real people. But like I don't know, growing up, if like you watched Roseanne, you probably wanted to fuck Darlene or fucking Becky, right? So like
I want to fuck Roseanne.
Yeah, get out of here.
You
But like Sandra Bernhardt was
you
on that
probably
show.
could.
She was sexy. Like there was a lot of like, and Aunt Jackie. I mean, Aunt Jackie could get it all day long. But like,
do you really remember this stuff?
yeah,
dude,
man,
I'm
I
thinking
watch
these
a lot of
names, I'm
fucking
like that.
sitcoms.
Still listen to you. I feel like my kids are not going to listen to me.
They don't listen to me.
Uh,
No, he'll be back.
My kids listen to me in front of me, and then they do whatever the fuck they want when they're gone.
Yeah, it's one of them. Anyway, where were we?
Sitcoms.
Sitcoms
Yeah, I
in
know.
pornography.
Nah, I know a lot of like I grew up fucking loving sitcoms. To this day, I still fucking binge watched them and shit like that. But I always found like the parody porn of sitcoms. to
Funny
kind of,
or
well,
like,
I mean, I don't know if they
did
turned
you
me
jerk
on
off
to-
to Princess Leia like when they did the Star Wars?
Dude, when Star Wars, when Return of the Jedi, when she's in that bikini,
Yeah.
that's some of the sexiest shit ever.
Really?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's
Eh.
Princess Leia, and you're a kid when you like. So, you, like, by the time you see that, you're like going through puberty or whatever.
Dude, I remember as a teenager, like, dude, rubbing one out to like every chick that I ever saw at the pool in a bikini. Like every chick, dude, every chick across the board. Like,
Yeah.
like, dude, she's got big titties, she's got a bubbly butt, dude, she's cute, she's like tan complexioned. You know, like, dude, I had like a fucking laundry list in my head. I was like a catalog guy. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, dude, who today am I going to rub one loose to? That's the problem with the internet is I can find that in fucking.
And just a couple of search words.
Dude, well, and it doesn't. It's not that fast though, dude. In
Yeah.
all honesty, like sometimes you're sitting there on the fucking shitter, and you're just like, you know what, dude, I got fucking a solid 20 minutes of time to kill here, but you spend 15 of it looking for something awesome, you know. The scroll on Pornhub is like no. Oh, that's interesting. You know? And dude, now I'm to the point, like right now, let's talk about like where we're at right now. Right now, I'm back to first of all, I never really cared too much about like ultra porn stars. I don't want you
You
to
like
look
reality stuff?
I
Amateurs?
like them to have a little belly and a little fat on them, a little like
You like the reality of it?
yeah, I like it when it looks to me
relatable.
Yeah, like
That's
like
called amateur. Just like you know.
I love it is, but even amateurs getting to be bullshit. I don't
Yeah.
want too much production. I want it to look like, you know, hey man, we set up the camera real quick and we fucked in front of it. You know, like I want it to like
Yeah.
not too much production.
To make this conversation a little more sophisticated.
Yeah,
in
let's
a
do
sense,
that.
Talk about like parenting, right? Like we were talking about like generational curses and shit like that. And this whole conversation
Jesus
has
Christ,
me
you ruined this
No,
conversation.
I'm gonna get her vulnerable, and I'm gonna tell you the point of all this shit, right?
Okay.
The point of it is like growing up, my parents wanted me. They had me at this church. I won't mention it, but it's it's about like 20 minutes away. It's this real big church, and they wanted me homeschooled, and there was a lot of different things. But growing up, this what made me think of it was you were saying like, oh, like growing up, I had like a catalog, right? Like every chick at the pool. My parents did not give me the fucking sex talk, nor was I in school to receive the sex talk, right? Like on a biological level, on a mental level, on
You're
like
kind
a
of left to
dumb-
like feel it out on your own.
I had to feel it out on my own, and it was one of the scariest, most scarring experiences of my life because my first sexual interaction ever was like abuse, one,
Yeah.
and then looking up porn, and I
Sure.
was punished for looking up boobs.com. I didn't. No one like prompted me. Nobody was like, "Yo, go do this."
Sure.
Like. Growing up, I would like hang out with these kids, and I remember we were like playing football or something, and they were talking about jerking off, and I literally remember asking at like, I don't even know, like 11, like what's jerking off?
Wow.
Like nobody like told
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
like, and there was all this like shame attached to it, and it was very like a weird thing. So I'll tell you, we went down the shore, and my parents are very cheap, and they found through like a uncle's cousins this house that was like in development. I'm talking nails through the floor, drywall undone, like. And the entire fucking weekend down there, it rained down Wildwood. So
Yeah.
like there was nothing fun to be having, right?
Yeah.
And every person I walked past was an old lady, like kids my age, teenage. It didn't matter. I
Sure.
was like, I had this like sexual feeling towards everything that I looked at, and I was like so fucking confused and like fucked up about it. And nobody like, I got like, dude, I got like a hard on at Six Flags one time, and I started crying.
Wow.
And my
Really?
dad was like, I don't even remember if he explained it to me what was happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's why it's like talk
That's
about
so
like
foreign to me, man.
dude, it's so crazy,
Yeah.
right? And like I've lived with that all subconscious, and not to get like make it like sad or anything, but like I love my parents.
Sure.
Right? They raised me the best way they could. My mom's idea was to give me everything I ever wanted, do my clothes, which made it harder later in life to do
have
shit on
life
my
skills,
own,
yeah.
to have life skills. Like I had to like retrain myself clean with like 8 years clean. I still procrastinate. My dishes are so fucking high. Here's the faucet, and here's the dishes.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, and that's on my own. But like kind of moving forward from that, it's like, and then my dad's, I don't know, he wanted to like over shelter me and all this shit. You know what I mean? So I love my parents. They did their best. But like moving forward for me, I'm going to try to do the exact opposite.
Sure.
Kid turns 10 years old. He's doing his own fucking laundry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's doing all that shit on his own because
Sure.
I don't want him to turn into me now.
I think that as a parent, you always overcompensate in some way, and there's no way of knowing what the result is going to be. So, like, do my parents agree? I agree. My parents did the best they could, but I'm still fucked up. And it's not their fault entirely, because I don't think that's the way the world
I
works.
think it's some learned behaviors. You
Some
know
of
what I
it's
mean?
learned.
Yeah.
Some of it's just experiences of my
But I mean, for
own.
him, he was like out in the ocean without a paddle. You know what I mean? Like
Me too.
I mean, for me, like I never talked about sex with my father. Like ever. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't something that we explained to. Like he didn't. My mother taught me everything about sex.
Really?
My mother was so open, but there was such a healthy boundary about it.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
she was still so moral about it.
Thank God for that.
But she was very informative about it too. Like,
Dude, not my mom.
if I was curious about something and I needed to know, she told me about it.
So
you
my
know?
mom was open, but it was like, so my mom is
Without
like,
it being sleazy.
Nah, my mom was kind of crazy about it. Like, and I love my mom, and I'm not judging. My parents are divorced. My mom's house was total chaos, and we could do whatever the fuck we wanted when we were down
Yeah,
there.
same.
And then my dad's house was very structured, and because I experienced some really ugly shit at an early age, and my dad was kind of stunted by that. Sex was also extremely uncomfortable to even approach or talk about or think about. But my mom, on the other hand, was so open that it was like my sister had a friend stay over one night, and this is when I was like 12 or 13 or something, and like, dude, she was taking a shower, and then I just like went downstairs and jumped in the shower with her, and we're fucking around and got a blowjob, and like my mom, like I came out of the bathroom, and the girl came behind me, and like my mom laughed about it, and like, so like there was like, I guess a weird mix of like what is acceptable, what's
It's almost
not
like
acceptable.
condoning it, but not condoning it.
Yeah, so like it's like but it was still extremely confusing and
Yeah.
like, but there was definitely no talk. Like, dude, I understand what you're saying by like suddenly the male genitalia becomes a thing, and like you're like, dude,
What the fuck is going on here?
what
and how
do I do
compute
with
it?
this? I remember being so fucking horny as a kid.
Yeah,
It's
man.
like, dude, I'm telling you right now that if my baggy jeans, because in the 90s we wore baggy jeans, dude, if my baggy jeans rubbed across my dick,
Yeah.
I might come. Like, dude, it's like, dude, I might, like, walking around every chick in the entire neighborhood. Dude, I was so open-minded even then. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, my God, every one of you.
Ah,
I'll
yeah.
fuck every one of your
I was
brains
so
out.
attracted to every girl I ever saw.
Yeah,
and
dude.
it didn't matter if she was young, old, whatever. Like I was attracted to every fucking girl I saw.
Yeah.
You
This is
know?
all biological shit, though. But this is why parents need to stay together. Like
Yeah.
my understanding is your parents got divorced.
They
right? That's what you
did,
said.
yeah.
This is why parents need to stay together, because the thing is you can't. Someone said, and I thought this was really wise. I never really thought about this because I was young and I couldn't even like stay in a relationship longer than 3 months. But I remember watching this YouTube short about this person. And he said, when you marry someone, over the course of time, you end up marrying 9 different people. And I thought to myself, what the fuck does he mean by that? And he went on to explain that, like, obviously think of yourself. You've changed over the course of a decade.
Yeah.
I am not the
You're
same
not the
person.
same person you
like
were.
you were saying with, whoever, I won't say their name, how they think of me a certain type of way, but they haven't seen
Sure.
me. I don't blame, I low-key kind of resent that they think that, but like I can't really, because of who I am as a person, I could take a step back and look at them and go, I understand why you think that, because that was your last perspective of me. They're not thinking of themselves like, well, I've changed. They're not open-minded like, well, I've changed. Well, he may have changed, right? And the same way that like I had an ex-girlfriend talk to one of my best friends, and she was saying a bunch of like nasty stuff about me. And he told me, and this, I'll never forget this. He looked at her and was like, "You have no idea who he is.
Yeah.
You have no idea who he's become."
Sure.
Right? So when you marry one person, you end up marrying that your wife's changing and you're changing.
Yeah.
So moving forward into like naturally, even in the same household, wife's going to be different. Her parenting style is going to be different. Her perspective based on her own upbringing is going to be different. The same way, vice versa for the husband. But if you separate those two people into two different households, there's no one to keep each other accountable for the way that you raise someone. Because at my mom's house, same exact fucking thing. Girls are allowed over. I'm allowed out past dark. I get whatever the fuck I want. Anybody can be at the house, boy or girl. It doesn't matter their influence on me. At my dad's house, no Halloween, no New Year's Eve, no going out, no doing this, church every Sunday, every fucking imaginable strict rule you can think of, it was applied to me.
Huh.
So who do you think I'm going to go try to live with?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna live in the house where there's no fucking balance. Right? So these people aren't keeping each other accountable. Then you end up with this kid who's
mixed, confused.
Mixed and confused. Like I grew up to like hate my dad. I didn't start loving my dad until I lived with him.
Yeah.
Like clean. Like as an adult, and like realized the guy is my fucking hero.
Yeah.
The guy's
same
been
with
through
me.
So much.
Dude, there was so much resentment towards my dad for being strict.
Yeah.
That when I eventually got my shit together and got clean, it took a little while to like realize and learn that he was trying to keep me safe.
Yeah.
He was trying to keep me in a safe place, but I was like, dude, the cat's out of the bag. We're going to go raise some fucking hell, get into a lot of trouble, do a bunch of stupid shit. Everything that he did, honestly, when you really look down the timeline, my dad knew that as a kid I was already fucked up. I had no structure. He tried to convince me to go in the military, but not the Army or the Marines. Dude, do the Air Force. Your uncle's in the Air Force. He had an easy life. He sat on a fucking airstrip somewhere and just moved some boxes around with a forklift. Like, dude, it wasn't that hard. And I was like, nah, fuck that. We're going into the Army. I want an M16. I'm a bad motherfucker. Let me tell you about bad motherfuckers. They got lots of scars and mental health issues out the fucking ass. And here I am. That's exactly what I have. Lots of scars and mental issues.
I hope
so
the VA
like,
treats you good though.
Well, I mean, I'm actually like, if we're gonna take this on a more serious note, is like I recently started doing this very deep psychotherapy because of some of the shit that I got anger issues. I got fucking paranoia. I got like I got PTSD, man. You know, like I got classic PTSD, but it's like, you know what the concern is, and it kind of all revolves. It all comes back to
how
the
it's
same.
going to affect your kids.
That's what I'm fucking worried about.
Yeah.
I know that I'm crazy, and when I was by myself, it was okay, because my anger and my hostility kept me safe, or at least what I think of as safe. People don't fuck around with me. When I walk down the street, people kind of are like, he looks a little fucking, he's not approachable, so let's leave him the fuck alone. But now that I have kids, I can't teach them to act like me because they're not me, and maybe they'll have better lives and they don't have to walk around being very defensive everywhere, But it's a fine line because there are pedophiles out there. To bring it back to the original conversation we started this with, there are scary, nasty, fucked up psychopaths out there.
With nothing to live for.
So what do I do? How do I teach them to be in the middle, not as crazy as Dad, but maybe a little more open-minded and easygoing as my wife? Like, find the happy medium. You don't have to be paranoid. Dad's paranoid. Dad, believe me. If my kid calls me and they're at a party somewhere and they say some creepy fuck is trying to drug them or something, I'm going to show up with an arsenal and I'll kick that fucking door in. Dude, I'm telling you right now, everybody in the house might die today. Like, you know, I'll fucking kill every one of these goddamn kids. I don't care. That's the name of this episode. I'm going to kill every one of them fucking kids.
I was curious, John, what do you do?
What, for a living?
Yeah.
I'm a logistics coordinator.
What the fuck does that mean?
For, well, I mean, I do freight transportation.
So basically what my uncle did in the Air Force is what he does in the civilian world. He moves shit around with a forklift.
Well, no, I don't drive a forklift now, but I mean, I can, but mostly just like, you know, freight transportation, freight logistics.
So
international
so
freight,
like trucking.
domestic, trucking pretty much.
Okay.
Like air and ocean freight,
Gotcha.
land freight.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you need a big item shipped or like a box or a pallet or whatever, you would contact John's company.
Yeah.
They'd come scoop it up and send it out to wherever you want it.
Well, I used to work for Ford Air.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day.
Maybe that's why I know you. That might be why I know who you are.
In
I do.
Fallcroft?
Yeah, I do a ton of shit with Forward Air.
Did you work there?
No, but I've been
Why don't we
there
have this
plenty.
conversation after the episode?
I know I've seen you before. Did you ever drive a truck?
No, I drove a forklift.
Dude, pull out your dick. Let's see if we notice you. I know that dick anywhere. It's on. It's on fans only.
I was on a lot of Xanax at that time driving that forklift.
Did you work with Tom? Forklift? I shouldn't have said his last name.
I know you shouldn't have named dropped. I'm telling you. Let's talk
You're
about.
gonna have
this
to edit
after-
that out.
I'm not editing shit. Tom,
I may have.
Tom's on the fucking show now.
All I know is that company. You know, they might be a good freight company.
Dude, I moved 90% of my freight through Forward Air because there's nobody else around.
Wow, that's crazy.
There's nobody else around.
All right. Let's wrap this show up, fellas.
All
All right.
Billy,
Yeah.
I love you, man. Thanks
I love
for
you
coming
too,
out.
man. Absolutely, dude.
John, I love
Anytime.
you too, man.
All right, man.
All right, man. He don't say that shit. He ain't saying that.
He's a man's man, dude. Watches
He's a man.
lesbian porn.
He's
and
like,
won't say,
dude,
"I
I'm
love
not
And
watching.
it's enough.
I'm not watching the trannies.
Nah.
I'm not watching the. I wouldn't let one suck my dick. This is so fucked
All right,
up.
play the
I
outro.
I gotta cut the whole end of this fucking thing
Yeah.
off.
You do.
Sorry. Thanks for listening to Renaissance Manchild. Renaissance Manchild is a Yardbird Tuna production. If you enjoyed the show, please like, follow, and share. Any ideas or suggestions, feel free to reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram.
Oh shit!
You talk good.